So, after getting done with Jay's little modification to his little Chicago Electric little drill, where I made it into from a NiCad pack into a lithium cell pack, so it kind of led me to a little curiosity journey, and I went to the jungle site and I looked up them little tiny little drivers, and I see, there's a lot of them. They're actually the same design of it, the shape of the gun and the gray area and the pistol grip. Other than a few subtle little changes, it's pretty much the same mold. Probably got the same motor in it and stuff like that. They come in red and they come in like a sky blue and stuff like that. But I was specifically looking for a factory-made lithium little driver, a 3.6 or 3.7 volt driver. So that's what I have here. I have this little Tulroom, and it's a 3.6 volt, 2,000 milliamp hour battery, little hand driver, a little screwdriver. So it comes with a plethora of bits. All your Phillips and your flatheads and your Torx and Allens. It's got a couple of drill bits. It's got a couple of extended screwdriver bits, your typical Phillips and flathead, and you get an extension driver, and you get a couple of sockets, and along with the socket driver for that. And then it's a little charging cable. It's your typical, like I made, it's USB-A to barrel jack. So 2.1, 5.5 by 2.1. Then we got the little driver and the little destruction manual and stuff like that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. No low speed. 180 RPM. Maximum torque is 5 NMs. 3.6 volt battery, 2,000 milliamp hour battery. Charging time 1.5 to 3 hours. USB cable. Blah blah blah. Gives you a whole bunch of screwdriver bits. It's got a little battery status indicator on the side of the trigger handle, and then it's got forward reverse switch, unlike the other driver I had where you had to finagle the trigger to select your direction. And this one splits in half, where you can have it as a pistol or a straight job. And it's got a couple little LED lights on there, and it's got a locking chuck and adjustable torque. So pretty cool little driver. I mean, for the what little bit of money these things are really cost. So here's the little Tulroom, and it's the 3.6 lithium ion, and right now it's in trigger mode or pistol mode. But if you push this button up here, you can rotate this thing so that it's a straight job. So that's pretty cool. And it's got the little LED light here, and it's got a little LED light down here. So that's activated by pushing on the lens. And then the little driver light comes on every time you turn the driver on, and it's got a little status indicator when it's running. And then it's got the adjustable torque. So like right now it's in drill mode, and then you can just you got 6 positions. You got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can have it when you tighten it up. And then the other little benefit is it's got the locking collet, so it won't pull off. So that's pretty cool. And then just pull it back to unlock it. So that's pretty cool. So, I'm not going to really demo it, per se and stuff like that. We can see if we can take a screw out or something like that. to see if it's got any. Of course, it's got to have a little bit of power. It ain't gonna be not like no little electric impact driver, where you can, you know, drive in a 6-inch screw or stuff like that. So, and then your direction is, just like your typical drill, where you can have forward and reverse. So that's pretty cool. But I didn't buy it, just for a general overview. I got this to take it apart and see what's in it, to see if there's anything different than what I did with a lithium, NiCad to lithium conversion. So let's open this up and see what's inside, to see if there's anything spectacular in this thing. So it's got a bunch of screws on one side and that side. So let's take the handle apart and see what's in it. And we'll get you in just a little bit closer. So really, the only thing I really expect to find in here is the battery itself and the little charging board to charge it. I think that's all the screws. There's what's inside. All it is a single cell, 3.7 volt. It's 3.7 volt, but the box says 3.6. That's just one of them Amazon things. That's fine. So it's got the battery. It's got the trigger switch. It's got that little doohickey. It's got the reverser. The main switch. We got the little flashlight. It's got its own little switch on the back. Take that apart. It's got surface mount LEDs. I'll keep that spring with that so I know what that goes to. A little reflector. It's got its own little driver chip. That's interesting. That's interesting. Anything special on here? It's probably all the charging stuff for lithium cell. So we'll pretend that's just one big happy TP56 charging board with integrated switch and charging jack and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. So what's the motor all about? It's a typical brushed motor. Nothing special, nothing fancy. So let's take that out. Even here on the side of the case here, it says 3.6 volts, but the battery says 3.7. That's China for you. So that's that. I bet you got to take the whole front of this off too. Yeah, there's a snap ring out there and stuff like that. So a little bit more work that I want to get into of taking this apart. So we'll pretty much leave it at that. But I would imagine it's just a typical standard motor. Probably the same, probably almost the same motor as the one I took apart. It's probably got the little it's probably a 4-volt motor. 4.5 volt motor. Nothing special. So really the only thing that's going to be different is on the front of this thing, it's going to go probably into a planetary gear, and then it's going to go into the clutch to kick it out and stuff like that. So I'll just put this back together. So we're all back together. No sense torturing you watching me put this thing back together, but still works. Got the forward reverse, got the clutch, got the little light, all cool, blah blah blah. So the only other thing is the charging here. So it says, of course, anytime you trigger the trigger, the little power indicator will light up, blah blah blah. 3 lights, it says enough power. 2 lights, moderate power. And red light, need to charge. And the only other note, it says when fully charged, all 3 lights will go out. So must have some kind of intelligent charging system in it. So I'll get my little test rig out here and we'll test it. Of course, I won't torture you to see how long it does charge, because who really knows. So 5 volts, blah blah blah. The little charge jack is in the front. So about 400 milliamps. Gives a little light. So I guess it progresses as it comes up to charge. The red, yellow, and green. So it says when all 3 go out, it's done charging. So other than that, there's really not much else to go over with this little guy. You know, granted, it's only a single cell at 3.6, 3.7 volt little driver. It's not going to have the power as, you know, something double the size, 7.2 volts, where this thing is actually built for driving screws. So, you know, just something lightweight and portable in case you want to take something apart, you know, like a back of a TV or back of a mini system or something like that. Light duty assembly and disassembly where you're not going to completely beat the crap out of it, you know, because it wasn't designed for that. So can't expect much from something, but the general moral of the story here is what I did for somebody's screwdriver. It's almost the same as this little guy. I mean, yeah, this little guy has the clutch and the lockable little collet here, but other than that, you know, and some charging LEDs and battery indicator and other stuff like that, and the little rotating part. So basically all the guts inside are exactly the same as when I rehabbed Jay's little screwdriver here. So he's not missing out on anything, because what he's got is exactly what's inside here for the power, the motor, the battery, and the charger. So factory built, versus my modified. So basically, I got the exact same thing. I mean, I got a couple little more features than he has, but inside is all that counts, and it's exactly the same. So that's it for this little video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.